SMT Nation, we back. Folks, I want to take a deep dive into data usage trends. This is really about you and me and, networks that need to support our heavy data usage. Whether it's, mobile networking for the traditional mobile user, right? When you're out and about, you're in and around your workplace, you're going shopping or whatever, hanging out somewhere, and you're using your device, right? You're not on a Wi-Fi network, or your personal home network. High data usage demands, and we're going to look at it globally. The report from Ericsson Mobility tells us everything we need to know about where this is going and what carriers are going to have to do and the pressures they're going to deal with. Folks, this is really interesting. I love looking into these numbers and deep diving. And if you do, this video is for you. And of course, please do rate this video to show your appreciation and comment at any point of the video to discuss any, talking points. All right, I'll link the image down in the description so you guys can check it out and look at it in more detail if you like. So it'll be there. And also down in the description is the real SMT Buy Me Coffee link. If you want to support your creators and show your appreciation for all the content here, the live streams, the podcasts, the videos, the commentary, everything we do, buy us a coffee. Other ways to support us in the description as well. And I hope this reaches you in time. The Mint Mobile deflation promo is still alive, but it's ending soon. You guys can see the ticker at the top of the screen. mintmobile.com/sneed. Get yourself a 50% discount on the normally $30 per month unlimited plan. Get it for $15 a month. Limited time, guys. It's counting down. So use our partner link, save the money, get their legendary customer care, and you'll be supporting the channel. All right, so let's take a look at the image from the report here from the Ericsson Mobility Report. Mobile data traffic per smartphone tracked in gigs per month. You guys will see the trajectory is on the incline. All right, now that's going to be a number of total gigs per month per user. And basically every single segment of the world is showing increased data usage. The global average is North America is like the teal color. You guys can see us cutting right through the middle. Take a look at India, Nepal, right? You look at, population matters too, right, folks? Countries like India with over 1.5 billion people, throw China in there, you've got insane, absurd amounts of usage. North America, right, very reliant on our mobile devices, but we currently just passed over 20 gigs of usage per customer. There was someone in a recent video where I was discussing this, and they told me my data was wrong, right? They told me that usage is much lower than that. I don't know where they got their numbers from. They weren't able to retort and tell me what data they were getting, what reports they were using. But this is Ericsson. Not many are going to be as in tune with the industry as them. Definitely an accredited source here. They are authority in networking. So 20% is the predicted increase usage here. And if you look at the rest of the world, it's basically in line, right? On the low end, the slowest growth countries are 15%. And then the high end, we're about 26%, right? So, and you've got Africa that still is a frontier that's going to have some increasing demand as well, and parts of Asia still growing in usage. Folks, especially in places where they don't have home networks, right? Reliable Wi-Fi and stuff like that. They're going to rely on mobile networks, very much so. So I did the math on my own calculations. So annually, we're going to be seeing increases like next year will be 24 gigs. The following year will be around 30, right? So cutting the decade in half, we'll be at 30 gigs. And then 36, 43, 52, 62. And then by 2030, we'll be at 75 gigs per user. And that's if the growth rate stays the same at 20%. It might increase, folks, right? And more video content providers, media streaming, all those things. Moving to 4K and 8K changes everything. New applications, higher bandwidth demands, more throughput requirements on a per app usage type of case. More people relying on mobile networks, right? Fixed wireless access growth, people using 5G networks for home internet. Those number of subscribers at T-Mobile, Verizon, and other regionals are going to increase, right? And mobile network usage increase. The usage per premise, the usage per person. We got people using 600-700 gigs for fixed wireless access on average, sometimes closer to a full tera. Are we expecting that to be 2 to 3 terabytes by the end of the decade? Probably. right? So what are the carriers going to have to do? Why did I make this video, right? What are we looking at here? Well, number one, they're going to have to densify. We're going to have to see more and more cell splits, more cell towers, rooftop sites, small cells, macros, all of it counts, right? We're going to have to see, obviously, millimeter wave nodes are going to be in demand. I think also just in general, small cells on poles and stuff like that. I think item number 2 here is high capacity fiber circuits. The 10 gig fiber circuit has to become the standard. They're not really available in some places. I've had this, discussion with Crow's Nest Broadband, right? Good guy. We've talked about these things. It's still not the standard, especially not in rural. Obviously, 10 gig access is more costly. The investment is required. We're probably going to need government funding to do this right. These companies aren't really willing to front the bill on their own. But those owners' economics that some of the carriers have puts them at an advantage for this. You're obviously going to need more bandwidth too, right? So for item number 3, you need more spectrum. That means spectrum licenses. That means auctions from the FCC, who, by the way, had their spectrum authority removed by Congress. So another BS situation in politics, but you're going to need more mid-band. And I'm not talking about the lower frequencies of mid-band. I'm talking about higher frequency mid-band pushing into the millimeter wave frequencies and microwave. And last but not least, item number 4, it really definitely should not be least. It might be on the front end. It's budgeting. The CapEx, it will need to be maintained. CapEx reducing is the enemy of capacity, right? So planning, forward-looking, how they're going to be network spending. This whole thing just requires more money. Okay, so my question to you folks out there, right, when we look at these things, who will respond best to the growing demand with respect to the carriers we know, right? Who do you think is going to be, the answer to this? I like Verizon's chances as having the owner economics. I like AT&T's chances. Again, they've got the fiber. I think T-Mobile, in my estimation, is in the toughest situation. Not that they can't make it work. It's that they don't own and run their own fiber circuits. So they're going to be relying on other ISPs and ILECs to provide that. Right. So, and they've got incredible mobile growth, right? They're a growing carrier. The number of gigs used per person is increasing exponentially at their company specifically. And then also the fact that they're growing in fixed wireless 5G home internet. Same thing with Verizon, right? The demand is there at AT&T as well, right? They're growing. They've got more customers than they've ever had, right? And I think, something that's worth asking is, to you on a personal level, tell me about your usage today. What's your number? What type of gigs do you use? Kind of get the pulse of the people on this, and then tell me where you think you're going to be in 2030. You might be telling me about how much data you're using today, and then how much you think you'll be at 2030. But tell me about the usage that you're going to have in 2030. If you're a content creator, if you're a streamer, all these things matter. But I'd love to hear what you guys have to say on this. Let's go ahead and hashtag. Let's hashtag mobile on this one, right? For mobile data traffic. Hashtag gigs if you want to do that. Real ones out there know what I'm talking about. Hashtag me in the comments and tell me all about your predictions, where you see things and factors that we may have missed. But tell me all about it in the comment section. You are the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.